here we go. Hello, everybody. We are live, all right, together with Franco.
Howdy.
Hello, Franco. How are you doing today? How's been
I'm
your
doing
week?
great. I'm doing great. Week so far has been really good. Been doing a lot of gym. Been doing some videos for YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that. You have a new Cape video.
Yes, Nuke video. Simple version of physics in cloth that is not the chaos experimental setup. So it's the other alternative that we can use to get physics on cloth,
The oldie.
which is the old way, air quotes, because it's pretty much this almost the same thing. You just have to do a couple more steps on your own rather than the engine doing it for you. But those
Right.
steps are pretty easy to do, and I actually replicate all of them in the video.
All right. That is amazing. Maybe we can have like a sneak peek of those techniques. But in the meantime, we have news. We have a couple of things happening. So I want to jump directly here to the whoop. Here we go. And oh my God, we got bumped down because of what? The Unreal Engine improved royalty reporting system. Oh, look at this. This might be an important news. This just happened, like this afternoon. This was not here. So yeah, everybody was wondering how people are going to start reporting their royalties, because for games it's easier because yeah, there are only counted by one hand with a couple of fingers how many actual digital market store for games are actually selling millions and millions of copies of whatever type of game, right? So that is Steam,
Yeah.
the Unreal Engine game store, and good old games. And yeah, maybe you have like each and every one have their own flavor, but they're actually dying on their own. Like I know that the which was it? The BioWare actually closed. The EA is actually closing also.
Mm,
So yeah, they're
your
actually like
platform.
closing all those
Oh,
stores, and they are saying like, yeah, you won Steam, you get the best deals, and people are this is like the same war as the streaming wars. Like there come a time where Disney, Amazon, and everybody thought that we're going to have enough spaces in our TVs and devices to actually have like 10 different streaming services, right?
mm,
And it's silly. Like we at most gonna work with 3, and that's it, right? And with games, it's even less than that. Like people are very much in love with Steam. Everybody, loves Steam for everything. And yeah, so people were actually thinking about how other types of royalties were going to be informed and report to Epic, because now
mm,
you have virtual production, you have
mhm.
digital cinema. You can make maybe a short, and you can make a little bit of money out of it. Maybe you can make I don't know if things. I know that education, as it is outside of those royalties, but maybe if you do like a series of tutorial videos and you sell them online, maybe that can actually take some kind of cut. So these would be actually impressive to actually go through. I don't want to start the today's streaming actually taking a look at a bunch of numbers. So let's actually leave that there. I want to actually check this one out. Look at these. Who is this? Sonny and Pixemondo launch VP Academy for Virtual Art Departments in Japan. You're gonna say like,
Nice.
all right, what, why, right? Let's open this up. Open. Are you opening? Aren't you supposed to open? Oh, if you're down here in the block, so maybe I need to click on this one. What is going on with this? Oh, it's not opening.
Is it not opening a browser? It opened a
No,
browser for me.
it's opening for you. Let me relaunch it. Maybe
It
that's.
opened a browser. I can send you the link if you want.
Look at that. It's not working.
Okay, I'll send you the link in Discord.
Oh, maybe I'm not logged in here. I should be logged in here. I'm logged in here. All right, let me open.
It's in Spanish for whatever reason, so change it to English.
All right, I'm gonna actually Unreal Engine blog. I think with these we should be there. All right, that's it. And oh, I'm not here. That's so sad. Events, community. Oh, no, it's not here. Spotlight. Oh, here we are, finally. So Sony and Pixelmon launched a VP Academy for Virtual Art Department in Japan. Read more. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this is what we teach. This is actually in the Pixelmondo volume. This thing was taken down, and now they are actually putting it back together, as far as I know. And
amazing.
yeah, this thing it's actually
That looks amazing.
huge. It's huge. It's terribly big, this thing. But what is really important is if we click here, official website. Domo arigato. Here we go. And boom.
Oh, look at that guy in Japanese.
Here we go. Look at that.
Who would have thought?
Maya, After Effects, Nuke, ZBrush, Modo, Blender, Unreal Engine, Virtual Production, Unreal Engine Fellowship, Unreal Connector Program. Somewhere here, something here may say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, so this is old, so you know this was there for a long time already. It's a couple. It is like a simplified version of the full VAT program that we actually have, and this one is asynchronic. So these videos, they are all translated into Japanese, but by voice. My voice is still there in English. So we actually recorded this last year, and now finally is there. They actually run it a couple of times. This is the actual school down there. It's called WUK. And yeah, it's actually, we converse with them from time to time, you know, to check out the work of people. And again, everything that is asynchronic, so video-wise, is a little bit hard. So they have TAs and mentors on their side to actually make sure that everybody's understanding everything, that they need to actually, turn in all the homework and submission and all that. So that is really cool. So this would be the second time. That I've been shut out in the Unreal Engine launcher. That's crazy. One of my videos actually got here at one point.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep. So yeah, I'm happy today because of it. What I'm not happy or too happy about is this thing. I don't know, again, I cannot open it. So let me go to Fab here, maybe. Let's go Fab. There we go. And here we go. We have new free for the, and now we should call it Fortnite, right? Fortnite is Quincena in English. But it is going to be weird to call it like free for the Fortnite, because people are going to think that is for Fortnite, the game, but it's actually every 2 weeks. But yeah.
Or bi-weekly.
Yeah, bi-weekly.
Or
All right.
bi-weekly
That is much better. That is much better. So we have the Magician's Library. I don't know about this one. This one,
Terrible.
I don't know. It's
Super
like
old.
everything is too coarse and
Blocky,
not very
super old.
detailed. The normals are okay. Like all the normals for this stuff is kind of neat. The wood textures are not also great. It could be a good source for books. Like this is one of those things that you want to actually have, made for you, because actually create something that looks really natural. Like this has a good distribution. You cannot actually see much of the patterns of the book. So these might be good. The drawers, you know, if it wasn't because of the actual texture, might have like a good pattern of, you know, randomization up there. So that is not that bad. Lighting, it's okay. I think that the actual quality of the models is what it's really not so good, and that is what, you know, takes everything down.
Low poly, very low poly.
Very low poly. That's the truth. Like textures, this texture is not that bad. What about these? This is a nice material. It actually have maybe they have the actual curvature baked. So you know you can actually bake curvature inside Unreal Engine. The other day I was testing that, and it's good, but it's not amazingly good.
I wonder if the material of that crystal has cube map inside and it's moving or something like that. At that point, that material might be
Might be
interesting to play around with.
inner texture. Yeah, it actually have a normal in, so it might have
Feels
some
like it
shimmering
has.
inside. In fact, let's go to the trailer. Why not?
Oh,
Oh, look at that. Yeah, the actual material is not that bad. That is really rescuable from these particular. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna get it anyways. So
hey,
because
it's
it's
free.
free. But yeah, it has some flaws. In, you know, some textures are good, some textures are really, you know, bad. The whole modeling is not that very detailed. So yeah, to each its own. Maybe he actually chose the wrong cameras for this. Like this for an isometric kind of game might not be that bad.
Yeah.
But if you put a camera like 2 feet from the stuff, yeah, this thing is not gonna hold on its own. The crystal is cool, and the actual particles are not that bad. Oh,
Yeah,
it
but
does have a little bit
they
of
don't get.
functionality. That is cool. This is
It's game. Okay.
it has a little bit of gameplay. So that is neat.
Okay.
This thing is
Lightning
a
looks way
it's a
better here
long
than in the renders.
yeah.
Lightning looks better now in play.
Yeah, maybe those pictures were taken with Unreal Engine 4, and now this is actually captured with Unreal Engine 5 with
Maybe.
Lumen
Yeah.
and all that, and it looks a little bit better just because of it. All right, so let's see what Corby Games have to offer. They have some particles for sale. Those seems very good. Yeah, they are mostly about particles. That's why the actual this is looking good. Look at that. This is a nice effect, to tell you the truth. And the fact that it has collisions and all, the heat effect and everything, this is very
Yeah,
kind.
it's using fluids. The problem with that kind of thing is that it's gonna cook your performance.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, kudos to Corby Games. Let's see what else is here. This one is for, you know, mobile gaming. You have like tons of different. I hate this thing. Why should you close and everything? So yeah, look at that. We have like tons of goblets and stuff.
No one's ever gonna use this.
You think maybe there's some
Unless,
kind of developer
well,
that
I
might
never
want to
see myself.
save a couple of hours, you know, creating some of these. It may be something that will. Why, dude? I already know this. Why should I click on it ever and ever again? All right, so yeah, it is what it is. Is this right? Is just small props for very low
Yeah.
polygon
We came
games.
we came from a very good bi-weekly free for the
Yeah,
bi-weekly, and then this one is just disappointing.
yeah. I was saying like I was thinking like yeah, it's gonna improve, right? But no.
Mm-mm.
Again, you know, to each his own. I believe that these are, you know, they look cute and everything, but I don't know. And the sheep is another one that it doesn't look that good. But then down here in red, it says like, go here, go to this YouTube because there is an actual updated version. I don't know how hard it is to actually change these thumbnails here, but the YouTube version doesn't look that bad. Even the exterior, doesn't look that. It is a weird modeling in terms of huge detail, very squarish, right? So let's say that it's stylized at some point. I think that No Man's Sky actually make a dent into people's imagination of what an actual extraterrestrial kind of spaceship may look. But yeah, this doesn't look that bad, at least from this point of view. It's something, you know. This one also has like these tons of detail. Like only having all these textures might, make it worth it. All of these, it's very hard to actually create. It's a drag to sit in front of something and start saying, like, all right, I need to do dribbles and rivets and little stuff moving around. So this is very cool. Oh, look at the textures inside. Yeah, the fighters are very, No Man's Sky type.
Yeah.
And the tallyness of the ground. This one is not that bad. This one actually could do. Again, there are stuff for free, like the Polar facility and the Sci-Fi Season 1 and 2 that are already for free in the permanent, that are way older than these, and they look way cooler than these. But I mean, like, way cooler.
I think the problem mainly is everything is giving reflections, right? The roughness of everything is super low, so everything is shiny. Everything looks ultra clean. There's no stains on anything. There's no roughness variation on anything. Also,
Right.
it's too much. There's
Yeah.
how many screens do you want in your screen, right? There's just so many screens.
Everywhere.
And the colors are all over the place. So it is cool to use as a reference. Probably it might be cool to steal some of the assets.
Yep.
Other than that, I don't. Again, it needs a more to what public is this aiming, right? Is it going stylized? Then this is
Right.
fine. See, this corridor looks better than anything else probably that we've seen.
Yep.
It still needs some work on roughness and probably some lighting issues, but it's
That's right.
more sober, right? Everything else is just so many colors and so many screens on your screen.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, cool stuff.
This is also from them, the Dexoff
Yeah, super
software. So you
stylized,
can see that
clearly.
they are heavily invested
Very
into
inspired.
No Man's Sky. And
Yeah, very inspired by No Man's Sky.
what is the other one? Like, what is
Outer
the name of
Worlds?
it? No, the one factory, something factory, Ever Factory,
Satisfactory, yeah.
Satisfactory. Yeah, that has the same, this kind of the same
Vibe.
alien and alien
It's
vibe.
kind of vibe.
All right, so yeah, that's what we got. So
1, 2, and 3. Not too much, huh?
I
This
want to
week.
say there is something really, really good this week, and I can't believe that Fab is not actually setting it on the how is this called, the feature.
Featured? Yeah.
I actually got there because I actually follow them. So if you go to Polygon Flow, can I actually search for
Creators?
the publishers?
Yes.
Polygon Flow. Oh, they are not here. I can't believe. Maybe it's Polygon Flow. Flow? No, they're not here. What am I?
You missed an
Yeah.
O.
Polygon Flow? No? What about Dash? Yeah, I'm gonna find like 10,000 of those.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Dash. You mean
What?
Dash?
Yeah, but
Dash is it's a plugin, yeah.
not here. Is it here? That's what I'm wondering. Let me actually search.
Was it in the market?
search
I
it
don't
here.
think it
So,
was in the market.
polygon flow dash. Here we go. So what is cool about this, let me actually go to the actual polygon flow dash stuff and go to videos. And here it is. So they actually release part of their software for free, part of their plugin for free. And
I saw that, yeah.
it's one of the best parts of it because it's the actual content browser. So you're not going to have the scattering. You're not going to have, the one click create me a material and all that. That, you know what, to tell you the truth, I actually test them. I was in contact with them for a few months. But because I wanted to actually start teaching about it. And it was not 100% stable for me, at least for my taste. So I was always finding things like I would do, and then I wanted to undo them, and then the actual script will, die at some point and cannot actually re-engage with the thing. So I ended up having to redo a bunch of work. So it is cool when you already know how it works and you can actually go and do it without any flaws, and it will give you like a good result. But when you're learning it, if you make some kind of mistake and you need to go back, then the script actually, because it tries to automate like too much, and that was my my thing. But
yeah, for me, Dash is the kind of thing that it's making AI do the things that it shouldn't be doing, which is the creative side. So I'm
oh
a
no,
complete
wait,
enemy of Dash, and at least in that tool, and the one that just creates everything for you.
is there something like that in Dash, like
Well,
AI?
yeah, you type, you're typing, give me a landscape with mountains, and it just does everything for you.
It does really. I think
That is the main attractive of Dash, is that you get like an AI thing that you type. I want a landscape
have
with bushes at the bottom with trees and a mountain,
have you
and there's a
tested?
river in the middle, and then it does the thing for you.
Have you installed it at some point? There
Oh
is an
no,
actual.
it's
So
paid.
this is the thing. No, it actually provides like 1 full month for free for you to actually test it. I actually got it, and then I got another month. Like I asked the guy, like, yeah, I keep testing it. Can I have another month? And he actually give me 1 more month. But it's not quite like that. Like the AI part is, it looks like AI because it's an actual prompt. Like it actually tries to guess what you're asking, what is to engage with the tool, right? So you can start typing things like, yeah, I need to create a mountain. So it's trying to understand, but it's not like it's going to create it for you. It's going to activate the actual tool that you need to then go through and move sliders to actually create the stuff. There is a lot of automatization in it. So you can create like, give me like a small landscape, and you start moving like a noise, and it will create like the mountains for you. So there is a lot of automatization, but I don't think that most of it is actually run by AI. I think the actual prompt for it to actually match what you're trying to say with the tools that it actually provides might have a little bit of that. I know for sure that in the content browser one actually uses AI, but it's for a different particular use, and it's because it actually runs your. This is the thing. The content browser has like tons of stuff in terms of marketplace. Like you can get to the Quixel marketplace, you can go to the NewFab marketplace, you can go to Polygon, the one from Andrew, what's his name? The dude with the Blender Donut. Yeah, you can get tons of things outside of Unreal Engine, but particularly for your content browser, whatever you already have there, you can actually run it through an AI. And that thing is going to actually, oh, we have like people here and they're talking. Oh, here's Roscoe. Hello. And I'm completely, oblivious. Yeah, the Audio Reactive says that he loves Dash. Yeah, I'm worried about that.
So
Not
when you
because,
said in one of your shorts, you mentioned that the content browser version of Dash can look for assets in any
yeah,
Unreal Engine project. Is
that's
that
an
actually working?
That's another thing that it does. So let me finish this part. So what it will do is it will run your content browser through AI, and it's going to assign meta tags to the whole thing. And then from there on, you can actually ask the same way that you do prompts for the tools of Dash. You can actually prompt for stuff in your content browser. So you can say like, I don't know, like red cup, and then a red cup is going to appear there. If it is inside your content browser, it will do that. Now, the other thing that it can do that is very wild is that you can assign contents from other projects, and you can also run them. Like you can create like some sort of library of different projects, and it will go and get assets from all different projects, not just the one that you have open.
And I'm guessing what it's doing is it either migrating them or is it copy pasting
None
the
at all.
.u asset?
Not at all, because this is the thing with Unreal. Like the actual content browser from Unreal is fixed to it creates this boundary, right, where you can change stuff inside your content, and it's not gonna do any harm to other projects, right? Because they are completely separated. And the way that you can actually, there could be a way of actually doing it. In fact, do I have Unreal Engine open? I should have Unreal Engine open to actually show you this. For example, from the content browser, you get access to the Unreal Engine content, right? But you need to actually enable it, right? You need to go to the settings of your content browser, and you need to say, I want to see the plugin and the content and the engine content. From there on, you're actually looking at a content that is outside your project. Sometimes I even, for things that I constantly use, I actually store them. So I can actually go there and get it and move it to my new project if needed, right? So that is like a unsafe but very cool way of using that ability. So the actual content browser from Unreal Engine can read outside of your project, but they're not using the content browser. They have their own third party, right? And that thing can be connected to not a content browser, but an actual explorer, a directory. It can go to that and read the U assets of another content. So because it's independent and it's not actually dependent of anything that is hard-coded inside Unreal Engine, it can actually go to it can go to the web and search for stuff there. It can go to other projects and do that. You can actually have like your own library in some part of your disk in a directory, and it will fetch things from there. So that is really amazing. And they're offering that for free. And so when I say that I was worried that our Audio Reactive is loving Dash, is that at some point we as instructor are going to be sitting in front of someone, and he's going to say, right, I want to keep learning Unreal Engine. And you're going to be saying like, yeah, and you open the content browser, and people are going to say, but you don't use Dash? Like, Dash is amazing. Like, how come you try to explain Unreal Engine to me if you don't use Dash, right? So it may become so famous that we as instructors are going to need to actually know about it. In fact, there are things that used to work like that. Would they scrape your 3D models in Dash? They actually run the thumbnails. That's all they run. So they will capture the thumbnails, and it will be shown to an AI, and the AI is going to understand if that is a cup, if it is a brick, if it is a rock, the actual color of it, and it will try to create like a couple of meta tags based on the actual thumbnail of the thing. But I don't think that the model is going to be run, so it's not going to scrape and taken into the cloud. Just the actual thumbnail of it, and from that, the actual UI, the actual AI tries to understand what is it. So yeah, I was saying this. So you can actually go to the engine content, right? And I actually use it. If I go to, where did I actually store it? Yeah, here. Like in my engine content inside RTools, I have these utility blueprints. And if you actually, I don't have it here, but if you have the utility blueprint plugin enabled, you can have access to these things. So with these, I have like all my environmental lights with one click and stuff like that. So this is cool. Now, their stuff runs outside of this. They are actually using their own. The nice thing about it is, let me see if I can actually go to the fab from here. They should actually have that thing. Oh, I think that is the stuff. They're not.
They're not in fab.
No, they have their own store. All right, I'm gonna be downloading this for next Tuesday, and I'm gonna show you everything that it does, the free version of it, and I'm gonna let you know if it's worth it, right? I found it crazy the fact that you can go to others, to other contents.
Yeah, I would like to know how it's bringing that asset to my own or current project. Not how. I would like to know the result. Like what is it doing? Is it doing the exact same thing my migration does, where it creates all the same folder structure? It is doing a reference with a strange file that I can't modify in my actual project. So I would be intrigued on how it works.
Sure. My guess is that it actually brings a copy of it. So it
Yeah,
copies it and,
mine.
and leaves it somewhere inside your content of your project.
Yeah.
But it's really intelligent in terms of, for example, other vendors, like actually going to, I don't know what other vendors does this thing have, but it actually creates like a master material for them, and it will create like a instant material. So it does a little bit, it takes the leaf out of what the Quixel bridge was. So it will create like a material for it, and it will assign the texture for it. So you don't need to actually, do the hard work of creating a material, then connects all the textures like that. There was like the full list of stuff of different vendors that it actually uses. Some of these, I don't know if you recognize them. Some of those work for Blender also. Yeah. So yeah, that is impressive. I want to actually try it. I want to open it to everybody because it is not featured in Fab. Because again, we just saw that they're not in Fab, so that might not be public knowledge that they are actually offering that for free. I'm guessing it's a bit of a hook for people to actually get engaged into what Dash is. Dash is. But yeah, that's it. So I wanted to showcase something for you. Before maybe you want to showcase a little bit of your last video with the cape. I learned something about Unreal Engine, and I felt that I'm compelled to actually show somebody about this. Something that I found out to be really, really useful. So let me show you what that is. And it involves something that it is not well known about Unreal Engine by everybody. And what that is, let me actually create a couple of these cubes, like 1, 2, and 3. And let me create two spheres. That is going to be fine. So this is what we get here, right? So let's say that what we got here is something that we want to create a prefab of. And we want to keep creating copies of these, and I'm going to be distributing these, in different parts of my level, right? And what you want is create something that later on you can iterate, and you can create an instance of it. And then if you change it, it's going to change everywhere. So that is what, it's actually called a prefab. And Real Engine was lacking one of those for the longest time. Like you could use actual blueprints, but once you convert something to blueprint, there was no way to go back. So it was like a one-way ticket to the disaster of not being able to extract things outside of a blueprint. So the easiest way of doing this is right-clicking, and you're going to go level, and you can create both. The level instance is great, but if you are just creating prefabs with static meshes, the best way to go is to create a pack level actor. And let me show you why. First rule about this is never use these external actors. Turn that off as soon as you see it. I don't know why it's on by default. It's too long of an explanation to actually explain why, but you should always turn it off. And then the pivot type, because this is going to be an actual asset or a prefab that I want to later on, distribute along my level. I want to turn these into center mean Z, and I'm going to hit OK. It's going to ask me for a name for it. So this is going to be, cubes and spheres underscore 01. Good. Now it's going to ask me to save the actual blueprint part, so the one that creates the pack, right? So let me show you what it is. So that's it. I have a level, right? And I have a blueprint. And what I got here is the actual blueprint. And it's a little bit different. In fact, let me bring the actual level version of it, because the cool thing about creating the pack level actor is you get the actual level also. So I can drag that level and put it right beside it. So you can see the difference between the level instance and the pack level actor. So the level instance is exactly that. It's an actor that can hold a level inside. The great thing about this is that you can load more things than just static meshes. You can have lights, particles, full environmental lighting, like whatever you want, whatever a level can hold, this level instance can hold it. And you can nest, levels inside levels inside levels, because it has endless levels of recursion. So this alone is really cool. But let me show you something that is even cooler about the packed level actor. So it's this thing right here. If you actually take a look at this, it is actually a blueprint, and it actually uses something that is called the HISM, or the Hierarchical Instance Static Mesh. What this is the easiest way for Unreal Engine to render something. In fact, other structures inside Unreal Engine works in the same way. So if you go to your foliage mode, when you drop foliage, it's actually creating an ISM for you. And that is what these actually do, is actually remove control from you and give it to Unreal Engine, so Unreal Engine feels more comfortable about rendering out. And that control is as follows. So if you don't have any sort of need to have any particular discernible difference between these three cubes among themselves, so if you're not turning off shadows on one of them, if you're not changing the materials on each on only one of them, if everything about their details is exactly the same, you're missing the chance of making Unreal render them faster. And when you convert them into a hierarchical instance static mesh component, it will actually do that. Like everything in between them is going to be shared. The actual static mesh asset, the material, everything. If they are simulating physics, they should all simulate physics, right? So everything is common. The only thing that is different is the actual transform. So each and every one is going to have a different transform. And that is the only thing that is stored as a unique thing among them, right? But the cool thing is that by doing this, Unreal Engine, it's going to render these like lightning fast. It will understand, not only it will render faster, but actually it will bundle it and will send it like in one go in terms of the render calls, right? That is because they are exactly the same. So they are going to be reported as one cube, and only one cube is going to be sent to the GPU, and the GPU then will understand that there are, the same cube in different positions, right? And that alone is really, really amazing, right? So to use it as an actual prefab that you can then, multiply and, duplicate and put another one there, and maybe another one of those. Sorry, I'm doing the complete wrong thing. I'm actually doing that with the component. I should actually select the actor. Sorry about that. So now is the full actor, what I'm actually duplicating around. And you want to do this, right? Mostly because these things can be edited in context. So I can jump in on any of these, right? The copy that you select to do the editing, it's the same, because they're all the same level. You can actually see that this is the level that is loaded here, right? So if you want to jump in and change it a little bit, you hit Control E, and now I'm inside this thing. And now I can say, well, I may want another one of these spheres, right? And put it maybe up here, and I can grab this one, and I'm going to be rotating it just a tad, right? But because I'm actually altering the level. Once you get in, you can see that the level is right here. You have all the cubes and everything, speed out, not, in their HISM form. You are reverted back to your level. And once you finish with all the edits, when you hit save, Unreal Engine will repack it. And now you can see that I still have the same number of instances, right? And now I just happen to have another array for the transform of this new sphere, and that's all. And now, all the different instances are the same. Now, what I discover is the next. So we know that Unreal Engine feels really comfortable rendering these things out. And you would do the math and say, right, only inside this particular pack level actor I'm saving, right? Because, instead of having 3 cubes and 3 spheres, I'm having only 2 components. But that's not the case with each and every one of them. So instead of, I have 1 component for these 3 cubes, I have another component for these other 3 cubes, and I have another component for this one. So you get my drift. Like, you're actually losing in the optimization because you're saving only on a localized basis. But I actually select them all, and I right-click on them, and I created a pack level actor out of them. And I was like, I wonder what would happen. So again, turn off your external actors. But in this case, I'm not doing this to create a prefab. I'm doing this to actually create optimization on my full scene. Maybe you have this thing 10,000 times, right, around your scene. So in this case, this, instead of being center minimum, I'm going to be setting it to world origin. So at any point, I can take this out or in of my level. And if I zero it out, it's going to be staying in the same position, right? So I'm going to hit OK. And this will ask me for another map. So in this case, it's going to be full cubes and spheres, right? And I need to save also the blueprint for it. And that's it. But now, look at this. This whole thing actually understood that there were common, cubes and common spheres. And now what I'm left with is with 1 instance static mesh for the cubes and 1 instance static mesh for the spheres. And it will have their own, array down here with the actual position of each and every one of them. So with these, you're actually now consolidating, your full scene into something that is lightning fast to be rendered out. So now this is foliage. That is what I'm saying. This is foliage. The best thing about this is that you can keep on using the actual hierarchical, nature of this thing. So if you need to keep on changing them as there were before, right? Because there were prefabs, I can jump into the first level, right? Of recursion, and now I still have control over them to actually move them around as the group that they are, but I can jump into that one also, just like that. And from this one, I can keep on editing. And again, remember, because these are instances, they're all going to change as soon as I save this. Boom. And now that's it. Maybe there was something wrong when I did that. They seem to be like...
It duplicated itself.
Yeah, like weird. So let me undo one more time. All right, let me do this again. I'm gonna be jumping on, because you can, when you create a pack level actor of pack level actors, you can actually get access to all the level actors, the pack level actors on their own. So I'm gonna be jumping just on this one and actually edit it and see if they are duplicated. No, they're not. So they're good. So I'm gonna save this, but now they look weird here. Why is that? Let me break it and create it again. Maybe
move it first and see if there is a duplicate or not.
Let me see. The actual center is here. No, they're not.
Oh.
And they are not even, duplicated here either. Yeah. So maybe, I think it may be something about the, let's count, right? Let's count the amount of hierarchical instances. Yeah. So for the, let me check. This one is the square. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19. All right. So how many are there in the complete in this one. Ah, here. Yeah, 16. So this is just Unreal Engine having
Graphical
a
glitch.
fit, yeah, with the display of the thing. But it is what it is. It's cool. So I
Freaking
think
out.
this is wonderful. If you really want to save tons of time rendering out, this should be the way to go. You can actually go and create your prefabs to actually distribute detail around, and then you can grab them all and add them to one consolidated pack level actor. And in that one is where the actual saves are. Because again, this full thing is going to be reporting two instances. One is going to be the actual sphere, and the other one is going to be the cube. And that's it. And that is the full footprint of memory, the amounts of textures that it needs, and the amounts of materials that it will need. And I found this to be, really, really amazing. I was wondering, what if, and this is me, starting to, if Unreal Engine crashes, it's going to be my fault right now. So I'm going to be jumping in one of these just because I want to check something. If I actually edit this, right, and I create, it doesn't allow me to create a dynamic material of this. That is weird because I should be able to create a dynamic material. Let me see. Let me create another one of these. So if I create a cube. Oh, yeah, because these dudes are... All right, let me do something. I'm going to be jumping. Oh.
They need to be movable.
You see? Something happened.
The glitch is gone.
Yeah, and they are not inside it anymore. I don't know why I did. What? I need to now check the recording. Now it's gone. Now they're not inside. That is
I think
weird.
you just added another queue, and that's what stopped the glitch.
Oh, I got in and got out. I think that was the thing. I did this and then went out, and that fixed the issue.
Yep.
I think that was what I did. So I want to check something because this is good and dandy, right? So this is actually doing what you would expect. Like there are all cubes. Let's actually add one cube, and they all have the same material. So I'm going to be actually putting them all into one place. So what if I actually do the next? So I'm going to be dropping in a new cube, maybe. Oh, you know what? Let's actually do it with this. It's going to be fine. So I'm going to be opening this one. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to change the material. I want to add a material that I could create. Maybe one of these fabs material will do. Surfaces, stone, yeah, whatever. The high one, yeah, this stuff. So add it here. Boop. That's it. And now I'm going to be adding the same one to these. Boop, just like that. But I'm going to be, so far, I'm going to save this. And let me see what is going to happen. Yeah, we're going to have this issue again. So this is fixed by getting in and saving it out. Now everything is good. So this is good. Now you can see that it actually created another hierarchical instance mesh because this one actually have the new material on it. So this actually lets you know that a draw call will be considered if you actually change the material, right? So this is one material, this is another material. But my thinking is what would happen if I actually create a dynamic instance material? So now that I have these two, let me hit edit and edit this one. I'm going to be jumping into this one, and I'm going to create a dynamic instance material. Oh, I don't have much here. So, all right, let me do something. I'm going to revert. I'm going to be opening this thing, and I'm going to be creating an override for the tiling. Could do, like just the tiling is going to do good. So I'm going to save this. Please, Unreal, don't crash. Oh, I think he's behaving. That is good. So now I can actually create a dynamic material about this one, and I can tile these differently than this one. Now, there are technically the same material instance. It is a dynamic material instance. So will the pack level actor actually find these different enough to actually create another instance static mesh component? Let's save and see. So yeah, it's broken. I can get in, save, get out. Oh wait, it actually broke it. Oh, it didn't like it. It didn't like it too much at all. So if I get in, it is there. So yeah, there's no support for these. Dang it. Dang it. This would be so good. Epic. You need to make this work because this is like the bane of this whole thing. To actually have like different instances. Oh, all right. Let's try with different instancing. Maybe that is not going to break. So now we know that the actual dynamic thing actually break it. So I'm going to go back in, right? And I'm going to be destroying this dynamic material. But what I'm going to do is actually assign in another material instance of it, like a copy of it, right? And I'm going to assign this one to this one. And now this one, that is the copy. I'm going to change the tiling. Yeah, something that is very noticeable. So now there are both the same material, but different material instances. Will that count as a separate? All right, it's broken. Let me go in. Let me go out. Now it's fixed. And the results are in. And no, this one is for the cube. This one is for this one. This one is for the sphere. And this one, this one is for the other cube. Oh, yeah. So it does. So yeah, this is still, a thing. This is proof that a draw call will be created if you actually add a material instance, even if it is a copy of a material instance from the same material. So that is going to be considered a different mesh. That needs to be calculated on its own. So it's going to have its own draw call, and Unreal Engine needs to, deal with that. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it's cool. So it's not that bad. What is magical about these hierarchical instance static meshes is that even though they are being considered only one cube, they still have their own LOD. And that's why there is the hierarchical part in front of them all. So if you jump here to optimization modes, no, it's on level of detail coloration. And hopefully this thing has actual, do they? They are so simple. So they might not have LODs, but trust me, they actually have their own individual LOD, even though there are, even if they form part of the same hierarchical instance static mesh, they will have separate independent LODs. So you can actually spread these in a huge
so
space.
They don't all pop at the same time.
Yeah, and they're not going to be changing the LOD at the same time. Now, this whole thing will change completely if you actually jump in and you convert it to nanite.
Are you sure you? Oh, okay.
Yeah. This thing is going to work.
That's the basic cube from Unreal.
Yeah, it could be nanite. Nowadays, everything should be nanite. It's proven that thing will run.
Oh. Yeah, that was my question, right? If we're talking LODs and then we switch to nanite.
No, this is not that. That is because this particular, I was playing with displacement earlier.
Yeah, that's it. So a little higher.
Just this one, I'm going to be turn this one off and save it. Oh, and yeah, there are 2 copies of this. So I must actually do the same for this one. And turn that off. And it might not be the nanite thing, is the actual tessellation that actually breaks it.
But so how is this going to be called now? Because if we're talking hierarchical LODs, whereas nanite does not have any LODs.
Look at this. So now they are called, let me go in now. So the duplication thing, it's fixed. Now they are called instance static meshes, not hierarchical instance static meshes. So the hierarchical is just for the LOD, normal traditional meshes, and the instance static mesh is for everything that is nanite.
Yep.
So this workflow is, if you want to accelerate your renders, you need to do this. If real time is a thing for you, you need to be using pack level actors, because this is the safest and easiest and revertible way of creating these ISMs, or instant static meshes. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, there's one still hierarchical for the actual sphere that is not a nanite.
Well, yeah, because the cubes are 3 different materials, 3 cubes. All 3 of them are nanite, but since they have different materials, three
Yep.
different
Yeah,
instances.
these two have different materials, and these two have the same material but with different
Yeah,
material
it's a different
instances.
instance.
So they
Yeah.
actually count as. That's why we have 5 exactly. And again, if you are sick of this, you can actually
So,
break it, and everything
question
is fine.
before you break it:
Yeah.
what happens? So you duplicated the material instance.
Mm-hmm.
Can you move that duplicated instance to another folder and rename it the same?
Oh no, it's not gonna fool itself. Like names for Unreal Engine is just for puny humans. It actually
Okay.
uses like unique IDs for everything inside Unreal
All
Engine.
right. Fair enough.
It does have its own. It has. It has the matrix running inside of it. Like it just lets you know what you must see, and these names are not here. This is Fugazi, fairy stuff. Yeah, this thing doesn't exist. That is the big issue with sequencer, right? When you add something and you cut it and paste it, and then sequencer is
Yeah.
like Travolta,
What's
like
going on? Where are we?
where's the cube? It's right there,
Yeah.
you stupid, right?
Yeah.
And that is because the actual name doesn't it's not important. Then everything is actually being driven by this. So if you actually open this up and you go to the reference viewer, this you cannot fool this one. Even if you name it the same, it's going to have like a separate connection to that copy, even if it has the same name. It is simply how it works. All right. So the next thing that I want to try with you is that I've been having very awful and nasty issues with Control Brick, like all the time. Just to start over, to start on something. Let me know if anything that I'm doing is completely wrong. First, and then I might think that this is one of the issues. I'm using my mannequins are from the, come in here, add feature or content pack. I'm using the third person one. And I don't know if this is like good quality. I know that there is an actual fab control rig content, right? So if you go here, control rig, you should have this one. So this one will have.
I wouldn't use
Does
that
this
one.
come with the dragon? Is this true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it
really?
does.
So, but you won't use this one?
Oh, no. No, it's only the ones that you see on the picture to the left. I wouldn't use this because there's a mannequin pack that just has Manny and Queenie.
Wait,
You
which
can
one
just
is this
type
one? So,
infab, just type mannequin.
all right. So, hold that thought. Hold that thought, because we're going to be testing this live today. Let me show you what are my issues. So, this mannequin here is really recent. And if you add the pack, that pack comes from the actual Unreal Engine installation. So this is as recent as 5, right? Maybe even 5.5, right? It's as recent as 5.5, maybe as recent as 5.5.4, right? So let me actually grab one of you. And again, I'm going to use the simple one because I'm going to show you another issue that I had with the complex one. So I'm going to drop in this dude here, right? Let's do something really easy. Let's create a level sequencer, turn it on. Yeah, kill the curves, save it, drag my money, put him in there. Are you going to crash already? No, it's actually thinking about it, but no. All right, here we are. I'm very nervous with this because I was actually teaching this, and believe it or not, I couldn't end the class. Like it was over, halftime, well over halftime. But I was at like a point like we were all laughing, saying like, yeah, this is funny and all, but yeah, this is nonsense. Let's stop it here. So, all right, we have our control brick here. Everything is good. Let me drop this. Let me add the jogging animation for this character. Let me make sure that is the exact same one for this character. It's not jog, it's run. Yeah, there is only one. So this is right for him. It's the male run forward. It is in game characters mannequin animation Manny, right? So I'm going to be adding this one. I'm going to set my in and out, the length of this thing. I'm going to right click on my Manny and I'm going to bake this. Oh, no. No, bake kind of works. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to actually be creating the control brick. And dang it, I think I'm going to have to undo this one because I want to have, all right, this is the actual thing. So I'm going to be doing the run thing again. That's it. All right, I'm going to put these there just because, right? Now, the control brick is not set to be layered. And that's why, the actual running animation is not under it, right? So if I actually turn this one off, you can see that the animation is there. Everything is good. Now I will turn this on and I will set it to be layered. Am I crazy? Is this how this thing's supposed to be?
All right, let's see.
I'm in the middle of a class and this thing happened. I'm like, I'm very sure that these control rig, that control rig is full production ready. Am I right? Or am I completely crazy?
No, you're. Let me find the money myself.
All right. Should I cut to you so I can see your stuff?
I'm gonna have trouble finding them first. So
Right, not to
let
worry.
me find them, and then all right, I have this.
All right. Meanwhile, I'm gonna do that thing that you told me. Like, all right, maybe there are the ones that come from the third person template, right? Maybe this is how, that thing is working. I actually did other stuff, like actually, turning on IK and see if that was the thing. It's not the thing. It is.
So
This is
and
comedy.
you. Oh, I don't have. Oof. So I don't have the mannequins here. I'm gonna add them here in a second, but I just added the echoes control rig, which is the same as a mannequin, which is the same as a metahuman,
You say
and
so?
it does work. Huh?
You think so? Because I think maybe it's because again, this control rig it's here. It's inside characters, mannequins, rigs. So it's this one. So maybe
Yeah, I
this
don't.
is the thing that is broken. Maybe if I get it from the one that you just told me. So let me get that one and let's compare. So while you are adding this one, so let me show you how I got this one. So this one is by going add feature control pack, and you add the third person character to your stuff. That will create this character folder, and you're gonna find the money, and this is how it's gonna look. I actually test this with the other money, the complex money. I tested with Queen, and it also do the same thing. Let's start the comparison. So let me add now Queen. Simple. Oh, there you go. Let's go outliner, bring her in, and let's
Animation.
add. So that's it. I need to actually add the animation for her. So it's going to be the run animation for female. That's it. Let me put it in time. There is something funny here. The actual running animation for Queen is a little bit shorter than the male. And I'm thinking like, why is that? Maybe because she have shorter legs and the run loop it's a little bit shorter.
Maybe. Yeah.
But this is really crazy, right? That the actual running animation for the Queen it's a little bit shorter. That
Maybe,
aside,
yeah.
let me actually grab this, set it to layer, and Nye, 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 nye. Of course, they're using the same control grid. You would expect the same result, right?
Mhm.
The weirdest thing of all is the next. Layered, this thing, where is it?
So
Yeah,
you're
this
saying,
thing.
just to confirm, you're saying that this is from characters, mannequins, rigs, right?
Yeah, the one from the third person character. So this convert to layered, layered is really using the backsolve of the control rig. Franco and Gabriel still teaching. Well, that's the only thing that we do, man. That's the only thing. Like we are devoted to this. We actually quit our jobs and teach Unreal Engine for a life.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what we do. All right, so actually the layer stuff works with the backsolve. So the same one that you use to bake to
Same
control rig.
problem.
You got it there?
It's not you. It's not you.
So I'm
I'm
not
getting the
crazy.
same result.
At some
No, you're
point, I
not.
was thinking like, yeah, it is my computer. It's having issues. Like, I'm very sorry. I need to reinstall Unreal
It's
Engine.
not.
So, all right. So, and you're testing it with the one from the template, right?
See, here's
So,
the thing. It doesn't work when you do convert to layered, but if you add the layered, just add it instead of converting. So delete that one,
wait, are you
and then
kidding me?
just plus icon,
Plus
control
control
rig,
rig.
layered.
Wait, I need to actually find that exact control. So it needs
Yeah,
to
but
be
first,
inside characters.
sure. I think it's the first one. Oh no, it's not. It's not the first one.
No, this one is
That's
game characters
icon.
mannequins rig. Yeah, this is this one.
Okay,
So
so layered first.
how layers? Oh, here.
Layer. Yep, yep, yep.
Oh, all right.
And
Are
that
you
works.
kidding me?
Nope.
So
So
it,
there's
it
something with the convert to layer that is breaking it.
oh, that is very nice to know. There is a workaround. This is
Mhm.
why I love to have you in this. Not only in this life, but I've been dragging you wherever I go just because of this.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're the only one that can solve this kind of stuff. Oh, look at this. It's now working. This is good. All right. So now I can grab these, pull it a little bit there, and now it's going to stay there. All right. Now,
Was it control? Oh yeah, yeah.
so what if I grab this dude and do like a Control Shift G? And
I
then,
just did the same thing. Look
oh,
at that.
oh, no, no, this is not what we want.
Because it's adding 0. So
Yeah.
what it's doing is, it's, for whatever reason, some of the controls are deciding. Well, that's a strange thing.
What it
They
does
don't
here,
even
I don't
add
know.
any information.
Oh, this is Queen. So let me remove this one and do the next thing again. Hidden plus, going to Control Break, layered, and there is only this one for it. Yeah, this one actually works. All right. All right. This is an improvement. The actual
Workable.
fingers are good. That was another thing that I was finding actual differences. But everything seems to be fine now. Look at that. All right.
What is
Very
it that
good.
it's making? Wow. It's not even one of the spines. It's just like completely bending on its own. And the fun thing is,
It's both clavicles. It will do like
oh,
this.
I found it. It's neck 1. So neck 1 it's one of the ones that's broken.
Mm-hmm.
Both clavicles, you're right. So clavicle 1, clavicle 2.
It has like
So
a
if you
90
zero
degree
if
on
you
them.
zero out if you zero out clavicle 1, clavicle 2, and neck 1, it goes back to original, to correct position, and then you need to fix both feet IKs. Oh, for whatever reason, not letting me rotate. Oh, it's not letting me fix the feet.
Oh yeah, the feet's doing the twist this
Feet are
thing
like
like that.
completely broken.
It's also having those issues. You know what? And there are kind of the same issues that I was having
Oh, found it.
with modular control brick. Like it kind of does the same weird thing where, part of it like twists and do some weird stuff. So
Okay, so vol IKs. So both vol RIK and the other one are broken and need to be zeroed out. That fixes some of the problems with the feet. And then I'm gonna guess there's
so
something going on with
you're
one of the
you're
hits.
finding some controls that have like animation defaults on them.
Values.
They're not at
They
zero.
have values. They're not zeroed
Oh, they
out. And
have
that,
values.
yeah,
Are
some
you?
of them are wrong. That I'm trying to find those.
Oh, then that is the issue.
Yep,
So
that is the
can
issue.
can you go lower like this? Oh yeah, look at that. There
Can't
are
even.
some that actually have information on them.
Yeah, they do. Can't zero out some of these values for whatever reason. It's not letting me, literally not letting me type 0.
And from
This
here,
is
you don't
insane.
get the. There was another
I am
value here.
typing 0 in the foot IK.
If
It's
you
not letting me.
and if you go with the arrow,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
it
Wow.
broke even worse.
Do you
I,
wanna see this?
dare I
Maybe you
ask?
wanna see this.
Show me.
Let me share. I just created a helicopter.
Helicopter, helicopter. No,
So
no, no.
the strange thing here is, so move it up, does this.
Oh,
Move it
really?
down, does this.
Wait,
Move it
wait.
backwards, does this. Move it for whatever, right? I can't even tell it to go to 0. It's not even letting me zero it out. This is insane that it's not letting me do this. It's insane. I even changed these values to 0, and game goes like, yeah, sure, 0. Okay, now they're 0.
That
Let's
is
see.
that is what
Let me do this.
with the IK with the IK
See,
control,
0 here.
right?
That's not 0.
Oh, wait. So you're zeroing out other stuff here.
I'm
Careful with
zeroing
the
out the additive layer, right? Which
right,
is this guy here, which supposedly would fix the issue that I'm having right now.
right.
But it's not to 0. It's just doing whatever it wants.
Oh, look at that! It has tons of animation on it, and it
And
should
I can't even
it's
move it
supposed to be
because
an
it goes
additive.
helicopter.
Hmm.
This is insane. I've seen this before. Um, I've seen this before with modular rig
Mm-hmm,
in
mm-hmm.
some of the pieces.
Yep.
It looks like it is mainly, so this one did go to 0. This one works actually. It's not in the correct spot, but it
Why
works.
not?
Oh, it should be down here with a
How
feet.
did you broke it like that? It was not that bad.
This is the reverse. Like I did the thingy. So I did, if
You
I
bake
just
it?
simply add it here as a layer and then do mani body,
Oh.
this works.
All right,
What
all
I'm
right, all right.
trying to do, I'm trying to
You're,
get it
you're, you're
to,
trying to fix the one where you churn it into layer.
I'll just do this and then turn this one into layer.
All right. What would happen? What would
Is
happen
this.
if now that it's layer, right? Because I created as a layer. What if I unconvert it?
Oh!
Uh,
Okay, well that's
Look at
terrible.
that. And what if I convert it back?
Oh, I saw this a couple of days with a Mega Human.
Oh my God. All right. So the actual conversion is actually doing the bad stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
And if you change the blend types, it's also just completely and utterly getting destroyed. And it gets even more and more destroyed. This
Every
also
time.
doesn't work, by the way.
Oh,
The
but
blend type of the layer, it doesn't work. If you switch it between absolute and override or additive, it just completely destroys itself.
wait. Oh. Oh my God. Look at this. This is new.
We're not. Remember that we're looking at my screen right now.
Take a look at this. Take a look at this.
I can't.
Oh, I now go back to where? Go to Discord, to my camera.
There we go.
Oh,
Yes.
because when you share on Discord, you cannot see other cameras. That's the thing.
Yes.
So I actually delete them from Sequencer And
Yep.
let me save sequencer, close it. Let me open it back up. Let me show you something. So now if I add, oh no, it's fixed. So when I added, it was already layered. So no, now it's cool. So I think so you cannot convert them, so you need to actually delete them and recreate them like this. No, like this. And turn on, come on. Layer is on now. So this is working. This is
Yep.
nice. So let me try this. If I delete him and add him again, yeah, it actually creates it with the
Terrible.
with the layer one.
Yep.
So
That's terrible.
yeah. All right, let's call it
Should not be
issues.
doing that
So
by default.
now that you fix this one, let me see if you can riddle
Fix
me
something.
this one. Yeah, riddle me this one. I'm gonna grab a metahuman, and I have Gavin here,
It's a really
and I'm
bad
gonna
start.
drop him here. It already wants to crash. I knew it. This thing crashed 10 times yesterday, and I'm
I
not
didn't
kidding.
know.
It was like
Oh.
10 times. There was a time that I was explaining. I have both my hands here, like doing, yeah, and then you do this, and the thing crashed on its own. I was even
It blew
moving
up.
anything. I didn't have my hand on the mouse, and the thing crashed on its own. So let me try this one. Maybe I had bad luck, so I'm gonna try it here live. So let's grab our friend Gavin, and it's not even here. So this is a hologram of
That's
of
something
Gavin.
new that's been happening a lot. Yeah.
That is not new. That is like forever that you're
Oh,
dropping holograms of things. Now if I
for
drop
me,
it right
it
next to
was the
him,
first time this week.
really? No,
Yep.
I've been experiencing this one forever. Like,
Okay.
all right. So you add him to the sequencer because I was like, yeah. Oh my God.
Look at
Now I
that
have
layered.
the layer one. All right.
Wow.
Right. Back up. Right. So yeah, delete him from the sequencer. Save your sequencer. Close it out. Reopen. Create a different sequencer. Let's give it the the reasonable
What
doubt.
reference it's saving? That's insane.
And opening the animation mode as soon as I open sequencer is not supposed to happen.
Devastating. Yep. It sucks.
So now let's add Gavin. All right, everything is a
Okay.
little bit more snappy. Everything seems to be good, right? Now,
Non-layered.
this is nice. This is non-layer. Everything is good. Let me actually go to the face. This is exactly what I was doing. Let me add an animation, and I actually have a couple of. Let me
Facial
add this
animation.
one. Yeah, I actually capture it. So here
With
it
your
is.
iPhone?
Yeah.
I
There it
envy
is.
you, sir.
Don't. It isn't just VCam. Is the one that is working with
Correct. Yeah.
Google with Android,
We still
but
don't
not
have
this one.
a
Oh,
facial.
this one will
No.
never actually work. Now that I remember,
Yeah,
remember
because
that
it's you.
ARKit is an Apple developer kit, so it's not for Android.
I
Android
found
has
a
its
way
own.
of using my webcam to capture my face, but the quality obviously sucks, so it's
Oh,
not that much.
really?
Yep.
But you know what? MetaHuman Animator has nothing to do with ARKit, but they actually choose to use the same app for both the ARKit one, so the real-time one, and the post-processing one, and that is a big
Yep.
issue because I know that
Yep.
MetaHuman Animator could run in a
It does. It just does video, so yeah, you
in a
get screwed anyways.
premium Android. Yeah, for sure. Right. So I
Yep.
had these, and now I
Yeah.
was doing this, converting this one to layered. Believe it or not, this actually worked. You can actually see the controls moving here. It's kind of
What?
weird. Yeah. You can see the controls actually moving. Let me see if I select them, and they will actually, yeah, they move
Wait. What? Okay.
on their own. And
Sure.
so, for example, you could fix the lazy eyes, right? I can grab, all right, select this, and
I
Why
hate it.
can't
I hate it so much.
select this? All right,
I hate it.
back up. Let's actually do it your way and see if it actually helps it. So layer,
I hate it.
face, that is good. All right, now I can see the actual controls moving.
Okay.
They were not moving before, but
Okay.
now they're moving. So you can fix
Yep.
the lazy eyes that you always get when you capture, because mostly you want your camera to be pointing at your mouth. So because that way you get like a better result on your mouth. But you
Mhm.
always get those lazy eyes because then the camera is looking from below, right? And your eyes are
Mhm.
not quite open from that perspective. So you want
Yeah.
to
Eyes.
grab this
Eyes
one and
are still just a huge issue
you move it up
in
just like
general.
that. I'm waiting for the crash right now. So that's what I want to do. I want to crash this thing. I want to crash it live. But no, it's actually, yeah, it's kind of working, which I hate because this thing crashed so many times.
Mm.
Maybe I had backlog. To tell you the truth, I was a little bit frustrated to say the least. So let me keep trying. So I actually went through the actual additive, and I think it crashed once, but I could actually explain the full additive stuff. Like the capture was good, that wasn't an issue. But then I actually delete this face control board, and I have something sad to relate to you, and that is that there is no longer the simple one. So we now have just the control board. So
Oh, okay.
the one that you have the controls over the chin and you could move it around and do all that stuff, that is not here anymore. That was
It
completely
might be
removed.
because it's filtered by skeleton or because it's layered. Did you try turning those off?
No, it's not there. I actually
It's
went.
gone.
Yeah,
Gone forever.
I
All
went to
right.
the content browser and searched for simple, and it was not there. It's simply, it is behind the barn with Cascade and the placement mode.
Face control. Yep, you're right.
So
I
there's only
don't have
this
it.
one. So what I'm gonna do is actually bake this, and this is where I started having issues. So
All right,
bake
let's go.
these to control rig and the face control board, and I will
Oof.
reset it to
So
default.
we're
And
getting a question here in chat.
all
Guys,
right,
have you some information about the next fellowship for the virtual production?
it's not a thing. It is not in any plans. Like there are some plans for many fellowships, but not for virtual production. There are actually no plans at all. So there is going to be an
That we
actual
know of.
very cool. No, it was Jamie who actually said it in the. They actually had a fellowship uh, the day the day before the game fellowship registration closed. They actually
Mm.
did like a live stream
Oh, okay.
from Unreal, and in that one, Jamie said that they don't have anything prepared for virtual production anymore.
Okay.
There is actually one that is going to be really exciting. For August or September, there is going to be a fashion fellowship. And
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right. Fashion
that
design.
one is going to be really, really cool and amazing.
Hopefully, they give people marvelous designer logins.
So, it's already there. But as far as I remember, you have, I think, like 1 month for free or a couple of months for free, something like that.
Mm.
But if you use it for UEFN, so if you use
Yeah, it
MetaHumans
does.
for UEFN,
It
you get
doesn't
access.
export.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is cool.
Blender's away.
Yeah, that's simply it's still
All
the way to
right.
go.
So
All right, so
baking
this is working. Dang it.
problem number one.
All right, let me actually did what I did, and that was I was saying like, yeah, you're gonna find some places where you mumble,
Is it
and
working though?
I think that the controls
You
are
lost.
moving.
You lost head movement.
Always. That's the thing. Like
Mm.
when you bake, the face control board doesn't have any neck control. So,
Yep.
and when you bake, the neck control, the animation gets and this is something that Epic needs to change. Dude, you already have the mute here. Like, why you
Oh
need
yeah,
to actually keep deactivating the stuff?
active.
This is more straightforward, right? Because now you
Yep.
can see it here and you can turn it on and off if you want to. So stop unactivating the thing when you baked.
Yep.
Mute it. You have the button right there, right? So use it. But yeah, it's still. But if you actually activate the animation below the actual bake of the controls, you get both. You get the movement of the neck. But now, if you
Okay.
actually bake this into oh, you know what? I think if you bake these to an actual animation sequence, it's gonna come
It,
with the neck movement. So that is good. So I was saying like,
you,
yeah, you're gonna find some places where you're gonna be like mumbling, but you don't get like too much opening of the mouths and all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, now you can actually select the mouth control, right? The jaw control.
you
And
think that's because of the bake, or that's because of you adding the animation on top and it's weight blending between
oh, no, no, no.
both of them?
No, now it's easier than ever to actually check that because now I can turn off the control brick and turn on the animation. So you can actually see if you get like a bit of a change from one to the other. No, it's not the case.
And
You
you
can actually
don't.
see it
Okay,
here.
cool.
It's on spot, and that's why they actually killed the simple one because the simple one could not
Grab
bake.
so many
Yeah,
information, so much
it will
information.
lose some of the animation
Yeah,
on the process, and
subtleties. Yeah,
people didn't like that. And they actually
makes sense.
realized that no one was animating from scratch. Control Rig is a tweak and fix tool.
Yeah,
It's not for
tool.
actually starting something from scratch.
Yep.
So they actually realized like why having this simple when people are going to try to bake to that thing and it's going to be loose in quality and they're going to be complaining about that. So they said like, yeah, let's remove it. Let's keep this one that actually works flawlessly. You can actually turn it on and off and you don't see
Yeah.
not a
No change.
peep of the thing, changing. That is what you want out of a bake, right? It should be, you should not be losing quality if you need to bake and rebake to control rig. You want that thing to keep 100% of the quality of your capture. So I was saying like, all right, so you could jump into the mouth thing, right? And I would open the curves, and then I would go and search for the Y of that control. Is it the Y? No, it's not the
Z.
mouth. It is the jaw. This is the one that I want. Yeah, here is the actual issue. So the Y of that one. So the thing here is that it's not open quite. Oh, I was sure that it was going to crash. So it's not opening quite much here. So you could, select a couple of these, points and keys, and you could open not this one, but this one. And this thing has like an alpha that is on top of this thing. So you can actually move these, and it will do more in the center than in the sides. So this is what you want out of this. So I was like, putting more to it. I don't know if I'm moving forward now that I see
Isn't
it.
it Z axis for up and down in
It
Unreal?
is. Let's check. What if I? No, it's the Y. For this control in
Oh,
particular.
okay. Oh, they're inverted. Okay, got it, got it.
Yeah. So give me just a second. All right.
Bless you.
So thank you very much. So yeah, you could do this. Now it's not crashing the damn thing. So maybe I was very unlucky at that point. I don't know why I was doing, but I was doing exactly this. And the thing was constantly crashing. Oh, I know what was the next thing. So this actually crashed a couple of times, but I think I already explained a little bit about, creating your performance and then, fixing it a little bit with the additive. And then there were going to be a couple of stuff that is best to actually go to the keys and actually, move them around and showing a little bit of this tool that is great because you can actually, change a bunch of stuff at the same time, right? Without having to go, key by key and trying to do stuff like that. So that was that. And I think it crashed like one time, and I was happy already with with that. So I was jumping to the next thing. So I was like, well, everything is well and dandy, right? But you might. I think I actually did it with this thing still on. So let me undo until I get my stuff back. Can I? Will you give me my stuff back? Yeah, that's it. No, put it there. So I was saying like maybe you want to add like a post in the middle of this. So or copy a post. Like I love how these face look here. Like it looks like a very good gelling post, right? So I was like, right, you can actually go here to poses, and then you can save a pose for this character. And the way that you do that is that you need to actually select all the controls that are involved in the actual pose. But because I don't know which ones are involved, I need to actually select them all. And now you can create a pose. And so I'm going to try to put these around here and create the pose. And it's going to be, metahuman underscore yell. And create asset. And now I have that asset there. I can right click on it, save that asset. Everything is good, right? And then I was saying like, maybe you want to add that particular gel like around here, right? So you might want to create like an additive, right? Just like this, an additive. And they actually fixed this. The fact that you need to, the control that you select here, it's going to be from the track
Active
that you have
one.
selected. So instead of having to grab it and
Oh,
move
they
it,
changed it.
yeah,
Oh,
now
okay.
now it is the one that you have selected, which makes
Select.
sense. It is what you want.
Okay.
So if I have selected this one and I select any control, right? Like for example, the mouse control, you can see that is the additive, the one that was actually selected. And it's going to do the opposite if I have selected the one with the keys. If I now select the jaw, it's going to go to the one with the keys. So,
Okay.
right, we win that one. This is actually straightforward. And then I was saying like, yeah, I want to add these. So the first thing is that you're going to need to actually select the controls. So you select the controls from here. And it actually selects the one from the additive, which is what I wanted. And now I can tween the pose in. So I can actually create a key without the actual pose there. And then I could tween in the scream.
You gotta paste it first. It's not gonna do it otherwise. It's an additive.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
And now you can actually, but then you cannot
don't
tween
think
it
it
if it is an additive?
I've never tried that tween. I don't know if it works.
Or maybe I need to select they were selected. So let me try
That's
it
the first
one more
thing we
time.
did, yeah.
So let me undo. Sometimes I get these stray, keys
Ghost.
sometimes. I think I deleted the additive.
Oh,
Did I?
no. Oop, yep, you did.
I did. All right. Let me try it again. Additive. That's good. I select the additive. I will select these pose, select the controls. So now they are selected. The key is on, so I should be able to actually tween it in.
I didn't know that was what that thing was doing. I thought that's weight.
Yeah, the tween should actually add the value with an alpha. So maybe if I remove the key, will it tween? No, it doesn't. So maybe it's because it's an additive. We can test it with a non-additive one. So yeah, you paste the pose, now it's there. Now you can
The problem is that it is an additive.
unpaste it. I think I can because I can go to this point in time. Oh my God, how many controls? All right.
Yeah, 256 actually.
It's that, is that true? Is that better?
Yep.
Look at that.
That's
all right.
That's many bones that the face has.
Oh my God. All right. So I can actually grab these and hit Ctrl G, and that should Ctrl G.
Ctrl G. I don't think selecting just the layer without selecting controls. It doesn't. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah,
but it's not selecting the controls at all.
Yeah, it doesn't zero the things. I should actually create like
you could use the pose. You
like
could
a
use the pose
neutral
asset
pose.
to select controls. You could just use the tool from the pose asset, select controls, and
Oh,
that's gonna
you're
select
right.
all the controls.
All right. So
Yep.
select controls.
And
Now
now
I
Control
can go
G
here and
should
now
create
Control G.
a 0 value.
Oh, that's
Oh,
it.
there it
And
is.
now I can create a full key for the control rig here at this point
Yep.
in time. That already, I think I somehow created one.
You keyframe some of them, not all of them.
Yeah, that's it. So now it will at some point, and then I can grab this one, copy it, and paste it later on. Oh, what just happened?
Yep. You didn't have it selected, I think.
All right.
Okay, so
Copy. Go
copy
forward.
and
Paste.
then
Oh, that's it.
okay.
Oh, no, it's not working. So let me stand here. Again, select all the controls. Type Ctrl G. Ctrl G. Oh, wait, it's actually thinking about it. All right.
Oh, it's
Let's
not.
go up.
Oh, there it is.
And let's add a full key. And that's it. I created a John animation. Oh, and then he continues doing the thing.
Yeah, sure.
It didn't crash. I want
Yeah.
to die right now. I can't believe it.
If you add a body animation, do you think that will crash it?
No, I didn't. I didn't have an actual body
Okay.
animation on it. I don't know. Maybe it was
It is
Windows
what it
being
is.
stupid.
Yeah.
It crashed 10 times. I actually sent you like a message right after, like completely livid. Like this thing, I can't believe that is. All right, so that's it. It actually works. It has its issues. It has its, quirks and stuff, but it actually worked.
It's quirky, yeah.
Have you tested the layer animation? I don't want to touch this thing anymore
I hate it.
because I wanna win this one.
I hate it. It works. It's pretty good, actually. I just hate it because I think it's counterintuitive with what we already have in Unreal, which are additive layers of the control rig. So essentially,
Right.
you are doing another set of hierarchies within your already hierarchical order of.
Right.
So it's confusing. It's very, very confusing. Only
So
works on control rigs, obviously, or any values of keyframes. It doesn't work in animations, so it doesn't do
sure.
animation sequences layers. It doesn't do that. I was hoping it would let me blend animations, animation sequences, but it doesn't. So you need to just bake everything, and
Right.
then as you select, I don't think it actually does controls. I think it does entire control rig tracks, which at that point, what is the point?
Right. You can actually
We
add them
already
here.
can do that with an additive. What
Right.
is the point? So I guess you have the weight, which you could argue that's the point.
Yeah.
It's just not powerful enough for me to
All right, let's see.
make sense.
So if I select this control rig board, can I add a layer for it? If I click here?
It's just gonna open the little
It happened.
or kill
Woo!
your computer.
We did it. We did it. It crashed. All right, so I'm not crazy. I'm not completely incompetent as a teacher because of this thing. So it does crash. And I wasn't even touching anything, I believe.
Yep.
I was
Did you open the layers, or
You know
did you
what?
even get the?
I actually think that I know what actually causes the crashes. Every time I hover near the tools up there, it actually boom and create the
No
crash.
shot.
Let me try it again.
No shot.
Let me try this again. Now, I
There's
can't
no
remember.
way.
Was it this one or this one?
I was that one. New project.
Let me try it.
55. Yeah, it was that one. There is no shot. Hovering over the tools is what's breaking you.
You know what? People are already left. We're the only ones here.
There's actually 3 people watching. But I think that's you, me, and
Roscoe said bye.
I think he said bye to the other participant. I don't know.
Maybe.
Roscoe, are you here? Say something if you're still alive. Hey, he's here.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I need to actually alt in and out. All right, that's good. So let me actually try to bring this down again. So again, basic. I will add my Gavin in
Oh
with,
Lord, here we
with
go
any
again.
look.
Every time. I hate it.
You can do it.
Why? Why?
Because
Why?
you know what? Now that we have mutable, wouldn't it be nice to have like a version, like a mutable version of metahumans where you only have one skeleton with, you know, with different, with everything baked into one skeleton? That would be amazing.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't because they have 6 separate body types.
right,
Or 8, actually.
available, right? But now that I have Gavin, and this is the only dude here, shouldn't I
Yeah.
be able to have like a version of him that is only one skeleton of it, like the mannequin? That would be amazing. But, you know, let me try and see if I can crash this again
Let's break it.
by
Oh,
hovering repeatedly. Oh, you know what? This dude is not here.
it's holographic.
Yeah,
Oh my
he's
god.
the holograph of
Insane.
Gavin.
That's
All right,
insane.
that's it. He's back. You see that I always have that issue. Now he's connected back. That is good.
Yeah.
So if I select the control rig and I go over here and I start hovering over this, will it crash?
You probably want to make an animation so you have a whole bunch of keyframes down there.
Oh, see,
Oh,
see, see.
what?
I can cause it. This was what happening. Hovering. Try it. You need to try it. You need to try
What?
this thing.
Oh
You
my
need to
god,
try
there's
this thing.
no way.
Just hovering
Okay,
over the tools, and the thing
I will try.
crashes out.
Let me get my own hologram in. If I can crash Unreal.
What is happening, dude?
That's insane.
So I'm not crazy. This thing is actually a crash fest if you hover over the tools. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and do it again. I
Oh
can't believe
my
that
god.
this is actually what is happening.
I love how it starts doing the groom bindings and the texture packing and all of that, but the guy is not even there, so it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, what? So what are you doing exactly?
All right, let's try it again. Basic.
Okay, I have a metahuman with control rig enabled, no keyframes. I am gonna hover like crazy on top of the tools.
Yeah, keep at it. Just
Okay,
go there and
so far so
scrub it.
good.
Scrub those tools.
So far so good. Right, nothing. I'm clicking on things now, nothing. Poses, snapper, trails, tween, select, layers. I opened everything, nothing happened.
Can't believe it.
That's
Let me try it again
strange.
one more time. All right, let's see if I can repeat all the steps. So I have Gavin here, and I will save the sequencer. I will select the MetaHuman control rig. I will get access to the animation mode, and I will start hovering, right?
No way.
Crash it. Crash it again.
What in the what? In the
And
what?
this kind of thing is, yeah, this is a bug. When you get something that says exception integral divide by
What?
0, this is something in the actual code. This is not
What?
like a library that is failing. No, this is actually
What?
a value that is having an actual issue. You're trying to get a value and the value is not there. And when you try to do math to it, it will simply crash out.
That's insane. That's insane.
But
Is it the tooltip?
but that
Is it
thing is,
one of the one of the tooltips of one of the tools that when it's
all
trying
right.
to get
All right,
shown,
let's try
it's
it.
like crashing?
Let's try it.
There's no
I'm gonna start
shot.
hovering over each and every one of those
Each one of them by
and see.
separately.
So it's not happening on your side.
No, it's not. I've been playing around with it for like 5
What
minutes
is
now.
happening?
There's no shot it's one of the tooltips. I'm a die if it's one of the tooltips.
So, all right, let me think. It may be the metahuman. So I'm gonna do it with a mannequin.
So well, first try the tooltip thing. and with the metahuman, and then do Mani.
I'm gonna open the animation mode on its own without anything else, even without
Okay.
opening a level. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go here, animation, right? And all right, I have the animation mode. Let me click here, no. And let's go pivot. So pivot will show me the create temporarily pivot to rotate. So
Okay.
this one seems to be fine.
It's fine.
Now I'm gonna go to the layers, in and out, hover,
All right. Layer seems to be fine.
seems to do fine. Let's trail, in and out.
All right.
So far, snapper.
So far, so good. With no metahuman, no
Right.
levels.
Tween, poses,
This is insane. What has this
select.
live turned into?
Now if I
Okay.
do this,
Okay. Okay.
no. it's not
Okay.
present.
Nothing. Back to a level with a metahuman
wait.
then.
Oh wait, what if it is because I do have the mouse without border stuff like stop working.
Yeah.
The stupidest thing of it all is that it is an actual Microsoft, product.
Yeah. Tool. Yeah.
And it's not working between these two computers anymore because this one has Windows 11 and this one has Windows 10.
Windows 10.
It
Yeah.
simply stopped working because of it. So I actually replaced it by another one. And maybe it's because I'm getting out and in. Because now you can see that, no. All right. So on its own, it doesn't seem to be an issue.
It doesn't
So
crash.
let's go basic. Let
Basic.
me return to the animation mode with
Okay, what now? What
level
about now?
open. With the level
Right.
open,
Seems
It's
to be
good.
fine. Go out of the computer and come back in.
all right.
So you have the mouse without borders thing.
Oh, all right. Now I'm out. Now I'm in. I'm out. I'm in.
Uh, It's
Out,
alive
in.
for now.
Let me poke around.
Yep. It's
All
alive.
It seems to be good.
What about Manny first before the metahuman?
Let me open a sequencer. And you know what? I should have deleted this sequencer and opening like a new one just to make sure.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's taking its time to actually open
Uh-oh.
this up. Can you do it?
Uh-oh.
All right, it's there. So what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to close it. I'm going to create a new one. It's actually preparing the shaders of a metahuman that was disconnected from the sequencer.
That does not exist.
All right. Now I have a sequencer in. Let me
All
jump
right,
to the animation mode. And let's hover, pivot, layer, trails, snapper,
Okay.
tweens, pose, select, in and out.
Okay.
And let's go here again. In and out. It's still good.
It's alive. Manny before a metahuman.
Let's do money. So let's go content,
The
characters,
last
mannequin,
frontier.
mesh. You know what? I'm going to be daring and I'm going to use complex money, not simple money. Did you know why? Do you know why we have basic money or, simple money? Because if you bake animations from this one, you get double transformation on the corrective bones. So you're going to start having people with very pointy elbows.
Oh. Okay.
So when you work with animations, you should use always basics, but then you can load that tweak animation into the complex one, which will produce the volume on the muscles and all that stuff. So that's why we still have both of those. So here it is. It's right here. I'm gonna be going to my outliner, drop him in. That will actually create a control brick for me, and that will make Unreal Engine succumb. So, all right, I have the control brick selected. Let me go up here, go pivot. That is fine. Layers, that seems to be fine. Trails, fine. Snapper, fine. Tweens, it's fine. Poses, select, all right, all of them at the same time, going in and out. Seems to be fine. Yeah, it seems to be very fine. So mannequin might not be the issue.
So the meta humor.
Right, let's go with the big guns. Gavin, destroy it. Here we go. All right.
No,
Are
no,
you there?
actually create. Yeah.
Yeah, for the first time, I just
Surprise,
dropped him
surprise.
and he's in. Good. So let's select him, put him in. All right, I have a face and a face control board and a metahuman control rig without
All right,
selecting
this is
any.
it. Let's
Pivot,
go.
layers, trails, snapper, tween, pose, select. Back and forth. Out and in.
Tooltips.
In and out. All right.
Okay.
All right. It's working.
The tooltip from the snapper. I don't think you did the tooltip snapper.
It's there.
Yeah, it works.
It is the longest one, so it might take a little bit longer to actually load.
I really wanted it to be one of the tooltips.
It kind of was like it kind of was like that. So all right. Then now let's keep complicating it. So we had an actual animation.
I mean, at this point, the problem is that we can't really replicate it anymore.
Oh wait, I do have
Because
the other sequencer saved there, and that was crashing on cue.
that was the one crashing. Yeah, maybe that.
All right, so I had this thing already baked, so I'm gonna be baking it also. So all right, I do have the animation there, so let's keep at it. Yeah, let's go. Everything seems to be fine. So in and out. So far, so good. So now I actually bake this animation. So I went here, bake to control bake. Yeah, reset to default, create, and boom, I should have the full bake. This thing is gonna be deactivated. I'm gonna activate it and then mute it. I'm gonna go through the whole shebang as we just did. All right, so I'm gonna active this thing and I'm gonna mute it because, you know, that is what we had before. What the freak? Where is the animation? Huh? What did you bake? Is this full zeros? All right. So we're having one issue. So I'm gonna rebake it. All right. Go away. All right, now it's actually gesticulating. So one more time, bake to control break, and reset to defaults, create, and now it's taking its time. Like last time it was like very fast, I believe. All right, now it's working without the neck, right? And that is because the neck is inactive. Now I have the thing working. So I'm gonna be actually muting it. So this is what we got at that point. So I'm gonna save. And now is when I will select the face control board and I will nonchalantly go and create a layer for it. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say, yeah, if I do one of these, will it crash? No, it doesn't crash. So maybe it's because of the layer stuff, like turning it on and off. Maybe it's that. So, all right, let me keep at it. So I'm gonna try to actually add the pose by using a layer, right? So, yeah, so now I have a layer here. Let me put these down here. All right, so now I have the base layer and this is the empty layer. It's an additive. So now I want to add a control rig with a pose.
It's behind me, so you want maybe move the layer somewhere else.
You are right. There it is. So now it's a little bit to the side. Let me put you up there. That's it. So now I have this empty layer. So how I add a new control rig to this? Should I need to?
No. As far as I know, that just holds weight, and that's it. So if you click away from the control rig, so click away and click anywhere else, and then right-click on the empty layer, and select objects. Let's see if it added the control rig. Okay, it didn't. So I think you now need to click on the control rig and then right-click on the empty layer and add selected. And then click anywhere else. Let's see if it did that or no.
All right.
Yeah, and now right-click and select it. Select objects.
Select objects. So it should.
Okay, it doesn't. So I think it does keyframes then.
Oh,
I think
wait.
maybe it does keyframes
It
or
might be
control.
selecting these ones.
Yeah, it's either keyframes or controls that it's not doing it. No, it's not selecting anything at all.
Add selected.
Yeah, but it's not working.
So it says here, add selection to objects.
Yeah.
Add selection to objects, to selected layers.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Objects?
It's probably either controls or the key.
Let me select the keys. So now add selected.
Okay. And now click anywhere else. And then right click.
Select objects. All right.
Nothing. So controls.
So let's do something. Let's jump into the pose stuff. And I'm going to be selecting the controls from here. So that will actually select the controls.
This is what it's going to be doing.
And now I will add selected. All right.
Yep.
Now it did work. So.
Yep. And it does this thing.
Wait.
Where it created
no, it actually created it in the body instead of the face.
I think it created it in both. If you go down to the face, I think you also have another one.
Oh, yeah, I do have another one here.
Yep.
It's added them both, but it does the same thing, right? As you said.
Yep.
But the only thing is that you can key this thing, right? So now I can actually add this pose.
Yeah, and it has a weight.
So I actually paste the pose in the additive one. Am I right? Or did I lose it again? So
like just key it. Do the key so we can see the keyframes. Otherwise, it's going to be very rough.
You are right. So I need to paste the pose.
Yeah, but with key.
Oh, with key. You're right.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you have the control selected. Select the controls.
Right, select all the controls. Now paste the pose.
Paste. There we go.
So now this was pasted on the additive layer.
In theory, now from the weight on the right-hand side on the animation layers, you should be able to...
20.
Oh, it does work. Would you look at that?
It's kind of neat.
It's my big question
Do
here is...
Do you know what?
Doesn't it already have a weight?
Say what?
Every layer, doesn't it already have a weight?
No, that's the thing. Like if you go to the
right
normal,
there, it has a weight.
Yeah, but because we actually have a base layer.
Are you sure it's if you close the animation layers, is that weight going to disappear?
Yep. Look at this. So let me actually get rid of this. So nothing here. No base layers need to stay there. But what I can do is actually delete the MetaHuman control rig and do the same for the face. I will add a new control rig, or I will bake it, right? So I can, nope, that's not the one. Oh, I need to actually turn on the animation. Now I will bake it back to the control rig. So we are back as we were before. It will take a little bit of time. Dude, we are 2 hours into the live.
Yep.
It's good. It's good because
I just want to see if the weights exist without the animation layer.
And boom, it's not.
Is it not at the bottom?
No, I don't think so. At the end? No.
It's not. So they don't exist.
If you right-click, this whole shebang could be replaced.
Wait, it doesn't exist because you don't have a second one. It doesn't exist because you don't have a second one. Add an additive layer on that control rig.
Cool. Let's try it. That's it.
And now check if they have weight.
Nope. Not at the beginning, right? Not at the end. So
And if you right click on the weight on the track itself in the middle, not in the,
here.
yeah, right there. It has blend
Oh,
type.
wait.
It has weight.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
see, I told you, it's bullshit.
It is.
It's
It's actually it.
bullshit.
You can
It's
create
all
a.
bullshit.
So
It's all
these,
bullshit.
this is this. This
It
is
is.
this.
It's just organization, but it was there. I mean, maybe it wasn't there. I think it was. But yeah, there it is.
All right. So it's just,
A
you
better
know,
way of seeing things, I guess.
extra steps.
Extra steps.
Well, not quite, because let me tell you something. This could be something that was asked a long time before, mostly because of the length of the control brick, and for the phase control board, you can actually assign controls to this. That is different. That is something that you cannot do. So let's say
Yes, you're correct.
let's say that I'm gonna put this as it was. I'm gonna be turning on the weight from here, right? So this is what we got. So let's say that I want to have a layer just for the eyes, right? So let's actually grab
Do the
both.
mouth. Do the easy one.
Let me grab this one and the eyelids, right? So that's it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have two controls for the eyelids. I'm gonna create a
Yep.
layer for that. And
Yep.
I'm gonna call this one eyelids. And I will right click on that and I will add those two
Yep.
controls.
Yep.
And now I have controls just for those two controls.
Yeah.
Now, the great thing about this is that now I can actually right click here and select objects, right? And now I can go here and I will isolate selected tracks.
Yeah.
That would be the only good use
So
for these. Because
the
now I
the
have control over these two, right? And I
clean
can,
everything so you don't isolate it. So just set everything to normal, and let's see if it actually created just those two, or if it created an entire rig in that additive layer. You know
oh,
what I mean? Just clean everything up.
yeah. So you mean this?
That one. So if you scroll down, just those two. All right. So that's a cool functionality.
All right, let me go up.
Yeah,
And
that's a cool
let's
functionality.
close the base layer. And now the
Yeah. And then
eyelids. I
just
have
two
only controls
controls.
for the
Yeah.
eyelids.
Okay, that's
All right.
cool.
All right.
That's cool.
Granted. Granted,
Yeah.
that is cool.
Yeah.
This is a thing that I remember that in the animation fellowship, people were actually asking for this. Like, do I need
Yeah.
actually to have all of these controls right at my disposal and drag over them to actually find the one that I want? This is cool. Having an actual layer with just what you want. So the actual weighting thing is just like a sprinkle on top. So now
Yeah,
I can
the
make
only
him.
problem here is that it's bringing an additive layer. That means that it's not bringing in the original information. So everything is at whatever information it's from default.
Right.
So that is the one problem. But for quick fixes,
Yep. You're right.
it's cleaner.
Yep.
And if you want, you could even do an override instead of an additive, and then you have full control over it.
Yeah.
And you can do whatever you want. Pavan, no way.
Hey man, how are you?
Oh my God.
How are you doing?
It's been so long, sir. Long time no see. It's been like what, 4 years now?
No, not at all. That
3? Has to be 3.
yeah, like 3 years. Oh my god, time passes so fast. You're right. It's like 3 years.
Hey, yeah, man.
Yeah, I miss you too. How are you feeling?
Pavan
How
says
is
2
everything?
years. Maybe 2 years?
Yeah,
2023? Really?
2023. Yep.
All right, maybe. Feels like longer. Back in the good old days with the storytelling fellowships back to back, Europe to America. Those were the golden days. Waking up at 3 a.m. to be up and running a class at 5 a.m. Let's
Yeah.
go. Give me those days back, man. Those were the golden days.
Yeah, those were the golden days. That's for sure.
Oh, it made me emotional.
All
All
right.
right.
So I'm off. Yeah, we've been here 2 hours.
A bit longer this time around.
Yeah, it was longer. Miss those days
Yeah,
too.
thank
Yeah,
you.
for sure.
Thank you, man, for coming in. That's awesome.
Yep. I want to go with a bang, and what that means
Oh,
is,
crashing.
yeah, I want to save this, and I'm gonna open the, this is the damn one.
One.
This one is cursed, so I'm gonna be opening this one, and yeah, Gavin should auto connect at some point. Like it was actually like kind of auto connecting. So let me close the
It
contribute
was,
post.
surprisingly enough.
It was, right? I think it was because I dropped him in
Yeah,
and it
the
was like
world.
auto
Yeah.
connecting. So let's see if, oh, wait, no,
Oh,
it's gonna,
oh.
yeah, it's gonna complain a lot. So let
Right
me
click and
connect it like
assign.
it did before,
Yeah.
like this.
Good
Where are
old
you,
days.
Gavin? There you go. And
Crash it. Come on. Come on, baby. Die. No.
come on,
Nope.
do it.
It's just tanking it. Completely tanking it.
No, and now it's fine. Now everything is
No, it's
fine.
fine.
The curse was lifted. Hallelujah.
Oh no, this is the worst because you can repeat it a couple of times, but
Now I
then you
cannot
can't
repeat it.
repeat it anymore. So you don't know what to troubleshoot. This
Hmm.
this is gonna give me nightmares.
Yeah, it's like when you see the spider in a corner of the room and you go
And then
and to the
it's
kitchen
gone.
to find the bygone,
To
and
swat it away.
when you when you return the thing is not there, and then you're
Yep.
like,
And
damn
it
it.
left a note that says you're mine now. All
All
right,
right,
man.
that's
I
it.
gotta go eat something.
Yeah, me too, me too. Thank you so much, Franco. It's
This was
always a
fun.
pleasure having you here. Thank you for helping me with the additive stuff, with the layer stuff. It's
Yep.
very good to know that, that there is a workaround to the issue.
Yep.
So yeah, now it's fixed. Thank you very much for that. And for
For
everybody
sure.
else, thank you so much for coming. And we shall be back on the next, Animation Tuesday. So see you then.
Bye
Thank you so
bye.
much. Be good to everybody. I love you all, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye bye, everybody.